Out of the 59,769 free WordPress plugins available to download for your WordPress website, I can honestly say that there are really only 5 plugins that I install on every single website that I build. What's up, guys? I'm Levi with Create a Pro Website, and over the years, I've built hundreds of different WordPress websites on this channel and also for multiple different clients, and I can honestly say that there's really only 5 plugins that I install on every single website that I build to give me the best results without slowing down my WordPress website with a bunch of unnecessary plugins. So if you're not sure which plugins that you need on your website, go ahead and stick around because there are sure to be a few on here that are absolutely going to change the game for you. Let's jump right into plugin number 1. Now, I'm going to knock out the most obvious plugin first, and then we'll get into some more of the juicy ones later. When it comes to building websites for clients, unless otherwise specified by the client or indirectly by specific use cases, I usually always have Elementor as my primary page builder for building almost every kind of website. When I say specific use cases, I mean if they tell me what they're looking for and Elementor either can't do it or it isn't the best fit for them, then obviously I might go with a different page builder in that scenario. But probably 80% of the time, I'm using Elementor to build websites for clients. Now, for those of you who might live under a rock, Elementor is a free-to-use page builder plugin that you can download and install onto your website, and you can visually build web pages and customize them to look exactly the way that you want. By now, it's not even disputed that Elementor is probably the best free page builder plugin out there on the market today, and it only gets 10 times better when you use the premium features. It's the king of page builders and has kept its throne for a very long time. You don't even have to know any kind of coding in order to use Elementor to build your website. All you gotta do is drag and drop in whatever element you want, wherever you want, and you're done. If you want to add some text, just drag in a text widget, click on your screen, and edit the text directly on your website. If you want to add a picture or a button, it's the same process. You just drag them into place and make whatever changes to the settings you need to. Don't want to build your website from scratch? That's fine. Elementor is so popular nowadays that they have hundreds, if not thousands, of free website templates that you can download from tons of different sources to save you time building the website from scratch. Elementor is incredibly powerful, but there's one downside that everybody knows about, and it's the fact that it slows down your website. Now, while building a website without any coding is incredibly fun and easy, you are paying a price for that convenience. If you think about it, you're adding something extra that has to load on your website every single time someone tries to visit. And we want our websites to be super fast so that clients don't leave our site because it takes too long to load. So that being the case, there's multiple techniques that you can employ to try and speed up the performance of your website. You can either minimize the amount of plugins that you have installed on your website in total, or you can try to optimize your website's images and compress them down so they don't take up too much space. However, you can also download plugins that increase the performance of your website, which is the next plugin that I want to talk to you guys about, called Litespeed Cache. Now, ensuring your website runs smoothly is key, and when it comes to top-notch performance, website caching is an absolute game changer. And this is where Litespeed Cache comes into play. It's totally free and open source, which just means that anyone has access to use it, modify it, or share it. It's like magic for your website. Thanks to Litespeed, your site will be rocking those high page speed scores and delivering an awesome user experience. Trust me, it's an absolute game changer. Now, this gem of a plugin is not only free, but it also is a breeze to navigate, boasting an interface that's so user-friendly, you'll wonder how you ever managed without it. It's got all the bells and whistles you need to manage your site's cache like a pro. Think of it like this. You've got the power to toggle various cache controls on and off for different parts of your site, whether it's for logged in users or PHP resources or your login page. Plus, you can even wave goodbye to a cache clutter with the options to clear a cache for specific URLs. But wait, there's obviously more. Litespeed Cache doesn't just stop at caching. It goes the extra mile with optimization features like having your CSS and JavaScript files looking trim and tidy by removing all of the unnecessary whitespace characters and new line characters and comments from CSS, JavaScript, or any HTML code that you have. You can also play around with their CDN settings to ensure the best delivery of static content to your visitors from locations that are geographically closer to them. They have a lot of other features like image optimization and a whole bunch of other stuff, so I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and check them out on your own. Now, you might ask yourself, why are we trying to speed up our website? Well, the short answer is we want people to visit your site as much as possible, and having a fast website helps tremendously with that. Another way that you can encourage more people to visit your site is to make sure that you're employing some kind of SEO techniques to rank well on Google's search engine. My next plugin helps you exactly with that, and it's called All-in-One SEO. Boosting your WordPress website's performance is key to climbing the ranks in search results. The higher your site ranks, the better chance people have of stumbling upon it, bringing in more traffic and potentially more money into your pocket. But let's be real. Diving into the world of search engine optimization, or SEO, can feel like a maze, especially for newbies. There's a ton of jargon and tools to wrap your head around, and it's crazy. Now, thankfully, if you're rocking a WordPress website, plugins like All-in-One SEO are game changers. managers. They simplify the whole SEO process, making it a breeze to understand and implement. With all-in-one SEO in your toolkit, you can nail SEO best practices and give your site a visibility boost on search engines. There is a powerful pro version, but the free version is nothing to sneeze at. Noteworthy among its offerings is the True SEO feature, which meticulously scrutinizes for key phrases, meta descriptions through your links and content length, resulting in a comprehensive SEO evaluation for your website. After receiving that assessment, you're given actionable improvement recommendations, which is always really helpful. I always find myself downloading the plugin and then just walking through all of its recommendations. It's really easy to just follow along and then go through the motions. Even without mastering the art of SEO, you can easily work through top-notch SEO practices and enhance your website's visibility across all the search engines. I basically use this as a checklist after I've already completed the website to just tweak it and make it perfect. Upon first downloading the plugin, it's going to take you through a checklist, like I said, and it's incredibly comprehensive. It covers everything that your website could possibly have on it, and it walks you through where you need to make your changes. The plugin has a ton of useful features that I find myself using, like the redirect manager, which allows me to redirect one URL to another. Now, optimizing your website for search engines is great, but how do we know that what we're doing is actually working? Well, that's where the next plugin comes into play, which is MonsterInsights. You can have your Google Analytics presented promptly on your dashboard so that you know exactly what works and what doesn't in your journey to becoming an SEO pro. Ranked among the finest WordPress plugins for Google Analytics, MonsterInsights stands out as a top-tier WordPress plugin for Google Analytics, boasting a seamless integration and a quick and easy setup process. This way, you'll be able to see your website's analytics directly on your WordPress dashboard. When you install the plugin, the setup wizard guides you through the process of linking your Google Analytics to your account for the MonsterInsights plugin. Once completed, all you gotta do is navigate to the MonsterInsights dashboard within your WordPress admin panel. Now, you can use the plugin's real-time site statistics feature to quickly identify and address any issues that may arise, which is ensuring optimal performance for your website, especially after you just worked so hard for your SEO from the last plugin on this list. It's really good at catching any of those issues or mistakes that you might have made. MonsterInsights offers a huge array of tools, including affiliate tracking, post tracking, file download tracking, demographic tracking, and a whole bunch of other stuff. It caters to a wide range of websites as well. It also has a WooCommerce integration to get analytics set up for your online store as well. So what do you do after you have the perfect website and it's ranked well for SEO and it's super fast and optimized with compressed images and powerful caching tools, and it's beautifully made by a fantastic page builder plugin? Well, I think you would actually want to secure it as much as you possibly can. And that's where the last plugin on this list comes into play. WordFence Security is a fantastic security plugin that you can download and install onto your WordPress website to keep it safe and secure from hackers using multiple features. Now, realistically, security for your website almost entirely relies on your hosting provider that you have. That's why it's really important to get good hosting from a good provider, and that's also why I recommend a massive company like Hostinger. They are tried and true, and they've been at this for a really long time. Most of the threats that your website is going to face is going to be protected by your hosting, but you can never be too careful, so you might as well have an additional layer of security by installing a plugin as well onto your website. Now, WordFence reigns as the global leader in security for WordPress website owners everywhere. From beefing up login defenses to sniffing out malware and stopping sketchy traffic, it's got your back. Once you've got it all set up, the WordFence dashboard becomes your security command center, where you can view all of the essential information like firewall summaries, blocked attacks, and security scans. Another option you have is activating the two-factor authentication feature for your WordPress admin page. Just a quick scan of that QR code with your mobile device for authentication, and then you can punch in the verification code every time you log in. This way, even if someone manages to get your password, they still can't log into your precious WordPress website because they don't have that two-factor authentication. Now, their malware scanner goes through your WordPress files with a fine-tooth comb, hunting down any sketchy coding hiding in the themes or in plugins. Plus, it's always on the lookout for sneaky backdoors or code injections or dodgy redirects. Oh, and don't forget about the broken link checker. It's like having your own personal URL detective. With WordPress's web application firewall on duty, your site's shielded from all kinds of online threats. And if anyone is trying to brute force their way in, the login limit feature also stops intruders right in their tracks after a few failed attempts. There's a ton of additional features included with WordFence, and I'm not going to go into all of them, but there's definitely a lot of them. Whenever I install this onto a client's website, per their approval of course, I'll always ask them what features they want and if they want to pay for the premium version or not. I'll usually walk them through the process of a basic explanation of what each of them do, and then I'll enable them as we go. And also a side note, I especially like the selling point of telling your client that you're adding additional layers of security to their website, especially after explaining to them that most of the security is going to be handled by their hosting company. Which again, I always build all of my client websites with Hostinger so that I can always rave to my clients about their reliability. All right, now it's time for some honorable mentions. Plugins that I always always download, but they kind of go hand in hand with Elementor, so I don't think that they warranted their own spot on this list today. The first one is starter templates. I almost download this plugin on every single website I work on. I always download it in conjunction with Elementor because it has a ton of really nice website templates that you can use. You can search for different templates, or you can just look at their categories and find the perfect template for you. There's tons and tons of other places where you can get website templates. I just usually find myself coming back to this plugin. I really like that it installs everything, including the customizer settings as well as the demo content. It also installs all of the necessary plugins for you, so at the click of a button, you download everything that you need. It's really convenient. Now, if you've been following this channel, then you probably know that I use this plugin on most of my website tutorials for obvious reasons, because I clearly enjoy using it. Downloading a website template these days is almost a necessity if you want to be able to pump out websites for clients as fast as possible. All you got to do is just download a template, and then it automatically comes with all of the plugins you need. After that, you just have to switch out the pictures and text and change some colors, and that's about it. After I use starter templates to download a template, I usually delete it afterwards so that it's not taking up extra space on my website. Obviously, the goal is to have the least amount of plugins installed on your website as possible. So once I've downloaded a template, there's really no reason to keep the plugin on my website. When you downloaded a template, you're going to use Elementor to customize it. But another thing that always gets downloaded in pretty much every single website template that there is a contact form of some kind. Because obviously, when you build a website, you want it to help you get in contact with potential clients. So the next honorable mention that is on this list that I download on every single website is WP Forms. Now, for those of you who don't know somehow, WP Forms is a free to use contact form builder that I pretty much use on every single website I build. They have a premium version that has a lot of features, which is really nice, but the free version still works just fine. You can customize contact forms with different fields and then rearrange them so that you can change where the information is going and where it's going to be sent, which is a really useful tool. Like I said before, pretty much every website has a contact form of some kind, or like a subscription box for your email marketing list. So using WP Forms is basically a given on every single website. If you're watching this video because you're thinking about trying to learn how to become a full-time web designer so that you can build websites for clients just like I do, check out this video right here where I show you guys how to become full-time web designers and quit your 9 to 5 for good. I'll see you guys there.